Fire. It has captivated humanity since the dawn of time. Flickering flames, a source of warmth, a tool for cooking, a beacon in the dark. Ancient myths often attributed fire to the gods, a gift bestowed upon humankind. Prometheus, the Greek titan, dared to steal fire from Zeus and gift it to mortals. This act of defiance, a symbol of enlightenment, came at a heavy price. Prometheus, chained to a rock, suffered eternally for his transgression. Fire, in these ancient tales, was more than just a physical phenomenon. It represented knowledge, power, and the potential for both creation and destruction. These myths, passed down through generations, hinted at the duality of fire. It could sustain life, but it could also consume it. This inherent paradox, the ability to nurture and annihilate, would take on a whole new meaning millennia later. The discovery of fire changed the course of human history. It allowed for the development of agriculture, the forging of tools, and the rise of civilizations. Yet even as fire brought progress, it also brought the potential for devastation. Forest fires raged, cities burned, and wars were waged with fire as a weapon. Still, the power of fire paled in comparison to the forces that lay dormant within the heart of the atom, waiting to be unleashed. The atom, once thought to be the smallest indivisible unit of matter, was revealed to be a cosmos in miniature. At its core, a nucleus orbited by electrons, much like planets around a star. But the nucleus held unimaginable energy, bound by the strong nuclear force. Scientists, delving deeper into this subatomic realm, discovered the process of nuclear fission. Certain heavy elements like uranium-235, when bombarded with neutrons, could be split apart. This splitting, far from being a clean break, released an astonishing amount of energy. The equation E equals mc squared, conceived by Albert Einstein, elegantly captured this relationship between mass and energy. A tiny amount of mass, converted into energy, held the power to level cities. Furthermore, the fission of one atom could trigger a chain reaction, splitting more and more atoms in a cascade of unimaginable power. The implications of this discovery were staggering. On one hand, it held the promise of near-limitless clean energy, a solution to humanity's growing energy needs. On the other hand, it presented a weapon of unparalleled destructive capability, a nightmare scenario for civilization. The genie was out of the bottle. The race to harness this power, for good or for evil, had begun. The world watched in horror as the mushroom cloud rose over Hiroshima. On August 6, 1945, the United States detonated an atomic bomb over the Japanese city, marking a turning point in human history. The blast, equivalent to over 15,000 tons of TNT, obliterated everything within a 2-kilometer radius. Buildings were reduced to rubble, and the very air turned to fire. The searing heat, reaching thousands of degrees, vaporized everything in its path. Tens of thousands perished instantly, their shadows seared into the walls and streets, grim reminders of the blast's ferocity. The aftermath was even more horrific. Survivors, many with severe burns and radiation sickness, stumbled through the ruins, searching for loved ones. Hospitals, overwhelmed with the injured and dying, struggled to cope with the scale of the disaster. The world had entered the atomic age, and the consequences were devastating. Living under Damocles' sword, the nuclear sword of Damocles. The dropping of the atomic bomb on Hiroshima, and just days later on Nagasaki, cast a long shadow over the world. The Cold War, a geopolitical standoff between the United States and the Soviet Union, intensified, each side amassing vast nuclear arsenals. The threat of nuclear annihilation loomed large, a constant specter haunting the collective consciousness of humanity. The duck and cover drills practiced in schools across the globe offered a false sense of security. The reality was that a full-scale nuclear war would have catastrophic consequences for all humankind. The concept of mutually assured destruction, MAD, became the terrifying logic of the age. Yet despite the risks, the nuclear arms race continued unabated. Echoes in our genes, the unseen legacy of radiation. The true horror of nuclear weapons extended far beyond the immediate devastation. The invisible killer, radiation, left an enduring legacy. Survivors of Hiroshima and Nagasaki, even those seemingly unharmed, faced increased risks of cancer and other radiation-related illnesses. Their children, and their children's children, inherited this genetic burden. The long-term effects of radiation exposure, insidious and often delayed, manifested in various ways. Increased rates of leukemia, thyroid cancer, and birth defects plagued communities exposed to fallout from nuclear testing. The genetic damage, passed from one generation to the next, served as a stark reminder of the enduring consequences of nuclear weapons. The nuclear age persists, a world on a razor's edge. The Cold War may be over, but the nuclear threat persists. The world still holds thousands of nuclear weapons, enough to destroy civilization many times over. The risk of accidental detonation, miscalculation, or intentional use remains a chilling reality. Furthermore, the proliferation of nuclear technology to more countries raises the stakes even higher. Terrorist organizations seeking to acquire these weapons pose a new and terrifying threat. The international community faces the daunting task of preventing nuclear proliferation while seeking to disarm existing arsenals. The future of humanity may very well depend on our ability to address this challenge. Our Promethean paradox, wrestling with destructive power. We are the inheritors of the Promethean fire. We have unlocked the secrets of the atom, wielding a power that rivals the gods of myth. Yet this power comes with a heavy responsibility. Like Prometheus, we are bound to the consequences of our actions. The question remains, can we control the fire we have created, or will it ultimately consume us? The urge to explore, to innovate, to push the boundaries of knowledge is deeply ingrained in human nature. But with each breakthrough, we must confront the ethical implications of our discoveries. The nuclear age stands as a stark reminder of our capacity for both good and evil. Ultimately, our future hinges on our ability to choose wisely, to temper our Promethean ambitions with wisdom, compassion, and a deep respect for the fragility of life itself. As we stand on the precipice of a new era, the lessons of the past guide our steps into the future. The knowledge we've accumulated over centuries serves as a beacon, illuminating the path ahead. The nuclear age has shown us the heights of human ingenuity and the boundless potential of scientific discovery. Yet, it has also revealed the depths of our potential for destruction, a stark reminder of the dual-edged sword that is human innovation. Amidst the ruins, however, we find stories of hope and resilience. Communities rise from the ashes, united by a shared vision of a better tomorrow. These stories highlight the unyielding power of the human spirit, our capacity to overcome adversity and achieve greatness. We have the power to shape our destiny, to harness the energy of the atom for the betterment of all humankind. Whether through nuclear medicine, clean energy, or scientific breakthroughs, the choices we make today will echo through the corridors of time. Let us dare to dream of a world where the atom's power heals rather than harms, where the flame of knowledge lights the way to a brighter, more compassionate future. Imagine a future where clean energy powers our cities, where medical advancements cure diseases once thought incurable. This is the promise of infinite brain power, touching the intellectual mind and inspiring innovation. Until next time, dare to dream and dreams become reality. Let us continue to push the boundaries of what is possible, guided by the lessons of the past and the promise of the future. Together, we can build a world where knowledge and compassion go hand in hand, creating a legacy of hope and progress for generations to come. As we move forward, let us remember that the power to change the world lies within each of us. By working together, we can achieve the extraordinary. The dawn of a new era is upon us, filled with endless possibilities. Let us embrace it with open hearts and minds, ready to create a future that is bright, inclusive, and full of promise.